Michael Taladay. I teach at West Caldwell High School, and for those of you who don't know me very well, feel free to call me Mr. Taladay. Hey, first of all, let me state my belief, my firm belief, that the best PowerPointer is still this one. But if you're going to use PowerPoint, you should use pictures, and you should use pictures that reinforce the learning. Now this is my copy of Booker T or W.E.B. It's a guessing game for Booker T. Washington or W.E.B. So what I like to do is I make students play this game, and what I want to do with it is I want to work for depth of processing, and also I want to use the pictures to reinforce the learning, and I also want to work on multiple intelligences. So without further ado, this is Booker T. You're all a group of history teachers. I don't need to tell you about Booker T. Washington, but I do want to note all the pictures around there, so that reinforces the learning. And I want to note the one with the trowel and the bricks. Not only did they teach vocational skills at that school, but they made their own bricks to make the school, and they sold bricks to help support the school. So I always note that for my students. And then, of course, the Atlanta Compromise. And one thing you remember about Booker T, of course, is that he depended on white patrons to help support his school and other schools throughout the South. And that's one reason for the Atlanta Compromise. W.E.B. Du Bois went to Harvard, and, well, you all know about him. And, of course, he helped found the NAACP and was part of the Niagara movement. And now on to the guessing game. Now, you can do the guessing game. Now, you can do the guessing game. There's going to be quotes. And for each quote, you want to guess whether it's Booker T or W.E.B. And you can do it with like one student at a time, but I like to have them all yell out after I read the quote. So I want you all to play along, and remember, scream real loud. Okay? So here's our first quote. No race can prosper until it learns that there is as much dignity in tilling a field as in writing a poem. Who is that? It sounds like you need a hint, so let's give you all a hint. Who is that? All right. There we go. Booker T. Washington. And the pictures are to reinforce the learning. Let's try another one. I insist that the object of all true education is not to make men carpenters, it is to make carpenters men. Who's that? See? Well, maybe we need a hint. Who went to Harvard? Oh, that's W.E.B. So it's going to be W.E.B. And the idea is behind guessing, they have to process it and they have to understand. I've heard a rumor, that on the social studies test, there's lots of questions about these people where they actually want you to understand things about them. And they ask you detailed questions about them, and so you have to teach understanding. And we're probably going to have to do that even more with the new test. Hence the guessing game to make them process it and understand it. And the pictures, you probably didn't need a hint, but the pictures are to reinforce the learning and what they should know about that person so they'll understand how that person thinks. Another one. The cost of liberty is less than the price of oppression. Come on, y'all know. Who's that? Well, let's give you a hint. All right, very good. W.E.B. The opportunity to earn a dollar in a factory just now is worth infinitely more than the opportunity to spend a dollar in an opera house. Who's that? All right, Booker T. And once again. And I do want to warn you, the problem of the 20th century is the problem of the cower line. Good boys. Very good. Good boys. And that's the hint, the Niagara movement, so you get to reinforce that again and talk about it again. I have learned that success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome while trying to succeed. Now, who's that sound like? Now, who's the guy that's going to be the bootstraps guy, the help yourself guy? Good. And there's your hint, Tuskegee University, and it's Booker T. And this, finally, I want to show you this one because I want you to know, the world cares very little about what a man or woman knows. It's what a man or woman is able to do that counts. Who would emphasize that? Oh, y'all don't want to say, the kids never have a problem with yelling out. They'll want to say. Well, here's your hint. All right, very good. Booker T. And finally, I wanted to make sure you knew this one was in here. In my own country, for nearly a century, I've been nothing but a, you can't say that word in school. Who would say that?
Boy.
Boy. All right. Oh, there's one more. No power on earth can neutralize the influence of a simple and useful life. Oh, come on, you ought to be catching up by now. Who'd say that? Booker T. All right. All right. Any questions? Okay. Hey, I want to wish you all a happy Christmas.